Okay, now we're going to look at factoring a trinomial, in this case a quadratic, and again we're converting from standard form to intercept form. Now our a term is not going to be 1. Our a term is going to be a number other than 1, so we are going to have to use a few extra steps. And the process we use is called MFDARM. And MFDARM is just an acronym that stands for multiply, factor, divide by the a term, reduce, and move. And we're going to follow this one step by step through MFDARM. So the first thing you're going to do in MFDARM is you're going to factor the AC term. AC means the product of the A term and the C term. If you look in this example, I have 2x squared and I have 12. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the AC term, which is the product of the A and the C. In previous examples, the A term was 1, so we just factored the C term. We don't have that situation anymore, so now we actually have to multiply the A and the C term together. So 2 times 12 gives me 24. Okay, so I've got 24. Now, I am going to, that's the M part of MFDARM. I'm going to multiply. The F is now that I'm going to factor. So I'm going to take this product, this AC term, which is 24, and I'm going to factor the 24. So I've got 24 and 1, 12 and 2, 8 and 3, and 6 and 4. Again, the extra step I took was that I found the product of the A and C terms. That's what the M stands for, multiply. Then I did the F, factor. I factored the terms out. Next step, you do the same procedure. The sign immediately preceding your C term. Your C term is positive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be adding these factors and finding the sums. So I've got, once again, I'm finding these sums. So I have 25, 14, 11, and 10. I'm going to go back into the original expression and look for my B term. And my B term is positive 11. So I'm looking for two factors that are going to give me 11. And I have that right here in 8 and 3. So I'm going to move on, and I'm going to put in my two factors. So I have x and x, and the two factors are 8 and 3. Okay, very similar to what we've done before, except the extra step was finding the product of the A term and the C term. Now let's put the signs in. The B term is positive. That means that the larger of your two factors will automatically take on the positive value. The C term is positive, which means that both factors have to be the same. Remember, we talked about if the C term is positive, then that means both of these signs have to be the same, either positive and positive or negative and negative. If the C term is negative, then we have one positive and one negative. However, we're not done here. In previous examples, we would be done, but the difference again is that we have an A value that is something other than 0. So in the MFDARM, we have multiply, factor. The next thing we're going to do, the DA part, is divide by the A term. So what you're going to do is you're going to rewrite these factors. And my A term is 2. So what I'm going to do is divide both of my factors by 2. After I multiply both or divide both of those factors by 2, I have to determine if I can reduce these values at all. And I can. 8 divided by 2 reduces to 4. So that factor is complete. 3 divided by 2 does not reduce. So the question is, what do we do with that? Well, we went multiplication, we did AC term, we factored, we divided by A, we reduced. Now we can't reduce that. So the last one, the M in MFDARM, is to move. Whatever is left in the denominator, I'm going to move in front. So that 2 is going to move in front of the X, and that leaves me with a factor of 2x plus 3. So this is your final answer right here. X plus 4, 2x plus 3. Once again, reviewing MFDARM. M stands for multiplication of the AC term. This is when you have an A value other than 1. A times C, that gives you 24, 2 times 12. Then we follow the same procedures. We factor the 24. We look at the sign preceding the C term, which is positive, which means we're going to add the factors. And we're looking for the factors that give us the B term, which is 11. In this case, it was 8 and 3. So I set up x plus 8 and x plus 3. Since our A term is something other than 1, we're not finished. We now have to go to the DA part of MFDARM, which is to divide by the A term. The A term is 2, so I'm going to take each of these factors and I'm going to divide them by 2. Once I've done that, I'm going to move to the R, which is to reduce. And I'm going to see if I can reduce. 8 divided by 2 is 4. 3 divided by 2 cannot be reduced. So once we've reduced as far as we can, we are going to move. And what that means is we're going to move the denominator, whatever's left over after we reduce, in front of the X term. So 3 over 2, the 2 will move and the 3 will stay. And that is how you factor using MFDARM.